Hello, my name is Jacob Way. This is my Management Information Systems 607 final project for machine learning integration into a fictitious company called ABC Insurance. Currently, our company is losing too many high-risk clients because they are not receiving additional attention from other agents. We want to introduce machine learning to the system so that we will have the capability to identify customers into classes based on how they answer questions that will be provided to them by our company to classify them into different risk levels. We would like to have this project done within a 6-month time period. Our current capabilities, so currently our system has no automation or machine learning capabilities. This has caused us to miss out on business opportunities with customers by not spending additional time with high-risk customers. Our current system has no way of identifying these customers that need additional attention. Agents presently use the same amount of time and follow-up routine for all customers based with no basis on their classification level. We would like the machine learning to be integrated into our current production environment. The machine learning will automatically identify and classify customers into categories based on their risk level from the questionnaire that they were received. The machine learning will take the data from the questions answered by the customer to make these classifications. The agents will then receive an automated email with the customer information and the classification level. If the customer is a low risk, the machine learning will automatically send out an email with their quote. High-risk customers will receive additional attention from the assigned agent. This is our hopes that we will retain additional customers that we would have potentially lost because we were not able to identify them into a class level. The business requirements for this project that is it will be completed internally under the direction of senior leadership. We will need to have a good liaison between the IT team and the business agents so that the requirements are clearly expressed and understood. We will need stakeholder support throughout the life of the project. The end product should be able to be easily maintained and provide our agents with business value. The agents should be able to retain additional clients that are considered high risk. The technical requirements, our internal team will need to develop new software that will need to be integrated into our current system to keep the project under budget. The project will include a beefing up of our current database and cybersecurity operations to meet the needs of the machine learning software. Once the software is in place, we will need to perform verification testing to ensure that the software meets the needs of our business users and the customers. Constant tweaking and maintenance of the system may need to take place throughout the system's life cycle. A use case, so a triggering event. The initial event is the customer requesting the quote and the customer answering a series of questions that our machine learning technology uses to determine the risk level of the customer. Once the risk level has been identified and the quote has been generated, the sales rep reaches out to the customer and hopes to initiate a new business or retain an existing customer. The users will either be identified as high risk or not high risk. If the customer is a high-risk liability, the machine learning technology will notify the sales rep so that they will spend more time attempting to meet the customer's needs so that ABC Insurance can retain their business. The process for the use case scenario is the quote is requested by the customer, questions are generated and answered by the customer, answers are then inputted into the machine learning technology. The sales rep is notified of the potential client. The quote is generated. The customer then is identified as high risk or not high risk. The quote is sent to the sales agent. The agent is notified of the quote and the risk level, and the human interaction is made depending on the risk level. The maintainability. After the machine learning technology has been integrated into our system, into our information system architecture, will require ongoing maintenance. If the maintenance is not kept up to date, it could lead to misconfigurations and security vulnerabilities. Since the system will be tied to our database as well, we need to ensure that the customer sensitive data is kept secure. there will be a lot of PAI on this system, so it is very important that this system is kept secure. The issue is going to be complicated to tackle until we have governance, policies, and protocols in place, since this is a new technology and we are essentially creating the documentation for how to maintain this type of machine learning software. We will need to ensure that as an organization that we are doing all that we can do to keep the system maintenance up to date and the configurations. To solve the issue, we need our team. To solve this issue, we need our team to implement a team that implemented the machine learning to stay on and provide additional maintenance, monitoring, and security scanning. This may include beefing up our cybersecurity team to account for the extra work. Maintenance is an ongoing and will continue documentation throughout the process, so policies and procedures documents will be living documents. Okay, security risk. This is a new technology, and all attacks should it be considered zero-day attacks. The system is untested in the production environment and will take some configuring throughout the maintenance process to find the correct way to secure the newly integrated machine learning software. The issue is new, and we are creating the baseline for the security measures and precautions that need to take place for the system to be designated safe. The system will need to be thoroughly tested so that all security concerns are addressed before the machine learning is integrated into the system. By properly setting up a prototype in our current environment and perform penetration testing to find vulnerabilities will allow us to configure the security controls. This is a SWOT analysis of our current situation with the company. We have the strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities and threats. This is the project timeline. Again, we would like to have this done in 6 months. So if we started at the end of January 2020, it would like to have it done by mid-June and it fully integrated into our system and tested.